Just imagine if for a few days the garbage trucks do not arrive at a place, what is going to happen? There will be lots and lots of garbage piles in front of a house like this. So this cleanliness, this removal of the waste is very important at each community level, right? So same is the case with us. The waste that is being generated into our body, that needs to be eliminated so that the body can function well. So what is excretion? It is the removal of waste from an organism. So we will be dealing with excretory system now, right? So just for an introduction, you just need to remember that the metabolic waste that are being generated into the body, actually they are the result of many chemical reactions that go inside us, right? So whatever we are doing, like we are taking in food and food is being processed and digested. So the waste product which is the result of this, for example, we respire, we take in oxygen and give out CO2. CO2 is a waste product for us, right? So in the similar manner, the circulatory system actually takes the nutrients from the food and the oxygen throughout the body. It circulates throughout the body, right? So with this, it is important that the waste are also eliminated from the body, right? So the circulatory system also needs to eliminate the waste. For example, carbon dioxide is a waste product of respiration. So it needs to be eliminated from the body. So what is metabolism? It is a sum of all chemical processes that take place in a cell or an entire organism. So whatever is going into your body, all the chemical processes, that is known as metabolism, the sum total of all the metabolic processes. And this metabolic process generates metabolic waste which needs to be removed, eliminated, right? So when the metabolic waste needs to be eliminated, they are generally composed of carbon dioxide, water, nitrogen, inorganic salts and heat, right? So these are the excretory waste. So when we talk about excretory system, we are talking about the organs that are participating in excretion, removal of the waste. So in terms of excretory system, we have lungs, kidneys, liver, skin, right? When we talk about the excretory system, the kidneys are the most important part of the most important organ, or you can say the main organ of excretory system. If you talk about lungs, liver and skin, you can say they are the accessory excretory organs of the body, right? They also remove the waste from your body, but the main organ for excretion are the kidneys. So let's see what is the definition of excretion. How will you define excretion? It is the elimination of metabolic waste and excess materials from the interior of a cell, tissue, organ or animal body so as to maintain homeostasis. Here we have a very important term, that is homeostasis. Let's read this definition once more. It is the elimination of metabolic waste. Metabolic waste, I told you, the waste that are being generated as a result of all the chemical processes that are going into your body, right? For example, I give an example of digestion. You are taking in food and the waste is being generated that we don't need. Then we are going to take in oxygen and carbon dioxide is being generated as a waste product, right? So the result of those metabolic processes generates metabolic waste. So what is excretion? It is the elimination of metabolic waste and excess materials. As I told you, the waste can be water also. So if water is in excess, then it needs to be removed from the body. So excess materials from the interior of a cell, tissue, organ or animal body so as to maintain homeostasis. What is homeostasis? Homeostasis means maintaining the internal environment of the body just to actually enhance the healthy functioning of the body, proper physiological functioning of the body. So homeostasis means maintaining the internal environment of the body, right? So this homeostasis is very important. For example, the metabolic waste are generated in the body. This is going to lead to what? For example, the pH inside your body, it can lower down or it can increase than the normal you want. The pH of your blood is, for example, 7.4. The pH of the blood is 7.4. If the pH is going to increase or decrease, right, because of the generation of this metabolic waste, then the body functioning of our body is not going to be in a proper manner. So the body functioning will be disturbed. So it is very important that we maintain homeostasis, that is maintaining the internal environment. In simple terms, maintaining the internal environment. Now moving on to the types of excretory waste. Well, broadly we will classify excretory waste into two, that is nitrogenous waste and non-nitrogenous waste. As the name suggests, nitrogenous waste means the waste that contain nitrogen. Now what happens when there is excess of, you can say, amino acids in the body, or you can say nucleic acids, right? So they are degraded, they are generated as waste, and they come under the category of nitrogenous waste because they contain nitrogen, right? So based on the chemical composition, the excretory waste are of two types, that is nitrogenous waste and non-nitrogenous waste. Let's talk about nitrogenous waste first. We have ammonia, amino acids, urea and uric acid as a nitrogenous waste products. Okay. So if we talk about ammonia first, ammonia is the most toxic compound. Why it is the most toxic compound? Well, because it is soluble in water. When it is being generated into the body, what is going to happen? It is going to dissolve into the water and it is highly toxic. So it can lead to toxicity. So in simple organism, for example Hydra, in Hydra there is the diffusion of ammonia directly, right? So ammonia is diffused out from the body of Hydra directly. But this ammonia is highly toxic. Now how it is produced? It is produced by the oxidative deamination of amino acids, right? Remember, it is produced by oxidative deamination of amino acids, right? You will learn this process, right? But ammonia is highly toxic. Just remember, it is produced by the oxidative deamination of amino acids. Moving on to amino acids. Well, amino acids are not further catabolized. If there are excess of amino acids, then they need to be removed. This happens in case of mollusks and echinoderms. Okay. In terms of mollusks and echinoderms, these amino acids are removed from the body without catabolization, means they are not further catabolized into further products, they are just removed as it is, the excess of amino acids. Then we have urea. Well, this urea is produced in most of the vertebrates and some invertebrates also. This urea is produced in the liver by the combination of ammonia and carbon dioxide, right? This urea is produced. It is toxic, right? But it is less toxic than ammonia. Well, this urea is produced in the liver by the combination of ammonia and carbon dioxide. It is removed with the help of urine, right? Then moving on to uric acid. Uric acid is the least toxic of this ammonia and urea. It is the least toxic one. And this uric acid is also removed from the body as an nitrogenous excretory waste product, right? Now just remember, the organisms which excrete ammonia as a waste product, they are known as a monotelic. They are known as a monotelic organism, and the process is known as a monotelism. The organisms which are going to remove ammonia as a waste product, they are known as a monotelic organisms, and the process is known as a monotelism, right? In what case this happens? For example, I told you in case of Hydra or simple organisms, the ammonia is actually removed by diffusion because it is highly toxic. Then if we talk about amino acids, the organisms which remove amino acids as a waste product, they are known as aminotelic organisms, and the phenomena is known as aminotelism, right? Very simple to learn. Then we have urea and uric acid. The organisms which are going to remove urea as a waste product, they are known as ureotelic organisms, and the phenomena is known as ureotelism, right? Then the organisms which remove uric acid as a waste product, they are known as uretelic organisms, and the phenomena is known as uretelism, right? Now remember, that the nitrogenous waste products are ammonia, amino acids, urea and uric acid. Depending on different organisms, the waste products can be like this. For example, I told you that in case of vertebrates and some invertebrates, the major excretory nitrogenous waste is what? It is urea. If you talk about the poisonous or the toxic nitrogenous waste, then the most toxic nitrogenous waste is what? It is ammonia. Then we have urea, then we have uric acid, means the highly toxic waste is ammonia, then we have urea and then we have uric acid, which is least toxic. Alright. Moving on to the non-nitrogenous excretory waste products, we have carbon dioxide, minerals, water, pigments, vitamins, hormones, drugs. Non-nitrogenous means they do not contain nitrogen, right? Let's talk about carbon dioxide first. As you all know that the waste product of respiration is what? It is carbon dioxide. We take in oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. So, this carbon dioxide needs to be removed, which is a part of non-nitrogenous excretory waste. Then excess of minerals can be toxic, they also need to be removed from the body. Then excess of water also needs to be removed in the form of urine. Then excess of pigments, vitamins, hormones and drugs. The drugs which are not metabolized into the body, right, which are not used up by the body, they also need to be removed, because excess of these can actually lead to the generation of toxicity in your body, right. So, they need to be removed with this nitrogenous waste products, and they all are removed in us in the form of urine, right. So, the urine contains water plus nitrogenous waste and some of these non-nitrogenous waste also. And carbon dioxide is actually exhaled, it is exhaled with the process that takes place in the lungs, right. And if we talk about the skin, I told you we have sweat glands on the skin, so that sweat glands or the oil glands they secrete these waste products directly. So, this is how the accessory organs also participate in excretion, right. Now, let's recall the types of excretory waste. I told you they are broadly classified into nitrogenous and non-nitrogenous. So, you can tell in the examination, if the question is asked what are the types of excretory waste that are produced inside the bodies of organisms, you can answer in a way that they are classified based on the chemical composition into two, that is nitrogenous waste and non-nitrogenous waste. And under nitrogenous waste we have ammonia, amino acids, urea, uric acid, and under non-nitrogenous waste we have carbon dioxide, minerals, water, pigments, vitamins, hormones and drugs. You can explain these points and write an effective